Chapter 289, Highly Intelligent Super Spirit Beast, TL by Bagelson. Within the Stardow Great Forest, Tang San and the Dark Devil God Tiger confronted each other, one man and one tiger. The Dark Devil God Tiger halted when still 30 meters away from Tang San. It didn't roar again, its ice-cold blood-red eyes seeming calmly terrible. For some reason, as he saw its eyes, Tang San actually felt like it was a kind of intelligent gaze. It's looking for my weaknesses. Tang San's sharp mental strength instantly sensed the Dark Devil God Tiger's plan. Was this fellow really a spirit beast? Facing it, he felt even more danger than confronting a human titled Douluo. The grey strings of energy surrounding the Dark Devil God Tiger quietly spread out, the ice-cold evil energy making the blue-silver domain Tang San produced unable to enter it, and also unable to influence it in any way. Moreover, Tang San still clearly sensed how the domain the Dark Devil God Tiger produced before was now actually contracting, until contained within it. There are no gaps. Tang San smiled coldly, then I'll help you make some. Mysterious heaven skill quietly moved, and each of the blue silver emperors he released lunged as if alive, snaking towards the Dark Devil God Tiger while sticking close to the ground. And the instant the blue silver emperor began to act, the Dark Devil God Tiger finally moved. Completely opposite from its previous slow steadiness, as it moved now Tang San immediately felt a foul wind hitting him straight on, the surrounding air fluctuating violently, the gale biting cold. The Dark Devil God Tiger actually instantly disappeared from his field of view. Wind ability. Tang San was shocked. If not for his extremely formidable mental strength, this time he would have lost all track of the Dark Devil God Tiger. With a soft sway, and without turning his head around, Tang San took 3 steps to the right, half turning at the same time. The sea god tried turning into a ray of golden light scattering behind him, but this attack still missed. The Dark Devil God Tiger that had suddenly appeared behind him came to a sudden stop mid-lunge in the air. Its enormous body completely violated the law's gravity as it instantly landed, just in time for the sea god trident's tip to flash past it. The instant the sea god trident was behind it, he accelerated again, once more lunging towards Tang San's wide open back. 2 sets of tiger claws ejected, different from the sharp blades Dynamo had in white tiger form. Its claws were actually black, not reflecting any light, just like a dark abyss. One paw struck directly at the rear of Tang San's head, the other towards Tang San's wrist. Its movements were fast, astonishingly so. The speed also didn't influence its strength. The vigorous force was completely contained within the claws, until it was just a foot away from Tang San's body, and he clearly felt the terrifying force they brought. Even with the strength of his body, he would be seriously injured if hit. Only, it was also just at the moment the tiger claw was about to strike that the Dark Devil God Tiger also looked distracted, because its claws only hit an afterimage that vanished in an instant, not striking Tang San himself. Its reaction really was too fast. Its hind legs exerted force in the same instant, its 8 meters long giant body retreating swiftly, yet again dodging a heavy strike from the sea god trident. Advance and retreat was completed in an instant, with the sense of retreating 1,000 li when an attack failed. This one probing exchange raised the alertness of both man and tiger substantially. The Dark Devil God Tiger was without a doubt probing with its attack, and Tang San also relied on the ghost perplexing shadow step to test its reaction, even though both sides hadn't truly collided. The Dark Devil God Tiger's calm and decisiveness, as well as that instantly erupting force, made Tang San's expression turn serious. Not lightly using formidable abilities, but strength completely reserved while probing, but capable of erupting at any moment, was even more terrifying. This Dark Devil God Tiger was even more difficult than imagined. Man and tiger changed direction, once again confronting each other. The Dark Devil God Tiger crouched slightly, while Tang San finally knew its strength. At the same time it also sensed that this human wasn't as easily handled as those spirit masters it had met before, but this even more strengthened its thoughts of devouring Tang San's spirit power. In this sense it was the same as Tang San. The stronger the enemy, the greater the benefit of devouring him would be. Clever fellow. Tang San spoke coldly. His third spirit ring suddenly brightened, the sea god trident held in his right hand rose, and a yellow-green ball of light instantly flew out, straight at the Dark Devil God Tiger. The light sphere exploded in midair, turning into a 20-meter diameter large net, spinning towards the Dark Devil God Tiger. It was Tang San's third spirit ability, spiderweb restraint. The Dark Devil God Tiger's forelegs used force simultaneously, sharply moving sideways. Its giant body moved between 2 large trees, wanting to dodge the spiderweb restraint. If this spiderweb was released by another spirit master, even if that spirit master was just as strong, it might still be able to dodge. Unfortunately, now it faced the spiderweb restraint of a direct Tang Sect disciple. Even if the spiderweb was enormous, it was already under the control of Tang San's hidden weapon skills the moment it was released. Adding in the mental strength guidance, the huge spiderweb also moved sideways, passing straight between the trees, suddenly accelerating. It was just moments from catching the tiger. The Dark Devil God Tiger's eyes flashed red, suddenly extending the wings on its back, flapping forcefully. Immediately, countless rays show out, turning into several dozen-foot-long blades that rose into the air, clashing with Tang San's spiderweb. If both sides were probing reaction before, then now it was a test of abilities. The Dark Devil God Tiger shocked Tang San once again. As his 50,000-year level spiderweb restraint met those black blades, it actually completely collapsed into tatters. Of course, the resilient spiderweb also shattered the black blades. Both abilities actually cancelled each other out. In fact, the strength of this spiderweb restraint was twice that of the Blue Silver Emperor, and it was a more than 50,000-year level spirit ability. But it was still blocked by the Dark Devil God Tiger's instant ability. That seemingly unremarkable black light was both wind and evil attributed energy fused together, relying on the powerful cutting of the wind attribute, plus the evil attribute's powerful corrosion, breaking the spiderweb in one move. This bit showed that the Dark Devil God Tiger's evil attribute should be the evolution of the darkness attribute, with the characteristics of the darkness attribute, but even more powerful. The Dark Devil God Tiger seemed infuriated. Its right foreclaw abruptly struck the ground, a line of black light shooting straight at Tang San, close to the ground. Where the black light passed, the plants wilted and disappeared one after another. In just an instant, the attack reached Tang San's feet. Tang San saw without looking. His left hand stabbed the sea god trident straight into the ground in front of him. Relying on his mental strength judgment, the position didn't deviate in the slightest. An explosion reverberated. Just as Tang San thought relying on the sea god trident could easily block the Dark Devil God Tiger's attack, that black light suddenly condensed into a point and exploded. Still half a meter away from the sea god trident, dust immediately filled the air, shattered plants flying upwards. Along with the explosion came tremendous wicked energy and a feeling of paralysis, unexpectedly temporarily breaking down Tang San's mental probe. This was Tang San reacted in shock, the Blue Silver Emperor right leg bone flying ability immediately erupting, making him simultaneously shoot straight upwards like an artillery shell. At the same time his left leg kicked out, countless fragmented red blades of light instantly exploding, launching an omnidirectional attack at the same moment as he escaped from danger. The Dark Devil God Tiger used action to inform Tang San that he wasn't the only one who could create opportunities, instantly breaking down Tang San's mental strength probe. The Dark Devil God Tiger's enormous body also hurriedly disappeared, and in the previous attack, it had also revealed its third attribute, lightning. This was something missing from the ancient accounts Grandmaster once read. Evil, wind, lightning, 3 attributes. Tang San became aware of the danger at the same time as he lost track of the Dark Devil God Tiger. Therefore he tried his best to fly upwards. At the same time he used the evil spirit orca left leg bone's spirit ability orca broken teeth chop to protect himself. This was a 100,000-year spirit bone's ability, and even if the Dark Devil God Tiger's attack was powerful, to Tang San it seemed it could still be blocked. But an uneasy feeling appeared in Tang San's heart yet again. The orca broken teeth chop shut out, but he never felt it collide with any attack, completely hitting nothing. And at this moment, what he didn't see was the Dark Devil God Tiger's enormous body just appear above him. The giant Devil God hook on its back quietly swept out, a completely non-reflective hook struck straight at the top of Tang San's head. The Dark Devil God Tiger had a special sprinting ability. It could be used on the ground, but also in the air. It was fast, even faster than teleportation. But different from teleportation was that this dash had to travel to a preset target in a straight line. If it ran into anything on the the way it would collide, unlike teleportation that allowed you to directly appear somewhere else. But when it dashed in a straight line like this, the evil strength would also completely erupt, and in this linear attack its attack would be twice as strong. Therefore, in some sense this ability was even scarier than teleportation. The Dark Devil God Tiger used this ability to arrive above Tang San, the Devil God hook swinging down to finish Tang San. From the start of the attack until his final attack, the Dark Devil God Tiger never had to use the support of any great energy, but its accurate planning, exquisite creation of the opportunity, absolutely wasn't inferior to any outstanding control-type Spirit Master. But the Dark Devil God Tiger equally faced a peak control-type Spirit Master. Would Tang San be so easily finished? The Dark Devil God Tiger also didn't notice that at the same time as Tang San's orca-broken teeth chopped hit nothing, a faint smile had already appeared at the corner of his mouth. His eighth spirit ring was quietly released under cover of that dust and thunder explosion. Just as the Dark Devil God Tiger's Devil God hook was about to hit the top of Tang San's head, suddenly Tang San's dash came to a sudden stop, a faint red light halo floating up. The Dark Devil God Tiger instantly turned rigid. Blue Silver Orca Devil's Absorption, enforced 3 seconds stun. Tang San's Blue Silver Emperor 8th spirit ability. I don't fear your attack. As long as you attack, there will be a gap. Tang San fired this Blue Silver Orca Devil's Absorption in all directions. Even though he couldn't find the Dark Devil God Tiger's location, this all-out attack immediately took effect. At the same time it also allowed Tang San to directly find the Dark Devil God Tiger's location. Turning horizontally in midair, the Sea God Trident struck like a whip, the 108,000 Jin weight stiffly smashing the Dark Devil God Tiger's body. But in the split second the Sea God Trident hit the Dark Devil God Tiger, the smile on Tang San's face suddenly froze. With the weight of the Sea God Trident it seemed to him that this attack would definitely smash away the Dark Devil God Tiger, seriously injuring it. Next was his infinite control and powerful attack, constantly controlling this powerful spirit beast to death. However, when the Sea God Trident ruthlessly struck the Dark Devil God Tiger, Tang San immediately felt an extremely cold stream pass through the Sea God Trident, making him shiver. The mysterious heaven skill was forcibly suppressed, and an aura filled with evil pulled at the blood and energy within his body, as if tearing it out. If not for the Sea God Trident itself digesting a majority of the energy, and the tenacity of his body, this evil chill would have seriously injured him. What Tang San was even less able to comprehend was that the Dark Devil God Tiger wasn't smashed away. The infallible Sea God Trident was actually knocked back. Suffering the influence of the evil surge, Tang San's Blue Silver Emperor right leg bone's flying ability was forcibly interrupted, and he fell 5 meters straight down before he could reactivate the flying ability and catch his balance. At the same time he raised his head to look up. He didn't understand how this Dark Devil God Tiger could actually block his Sea God Trident. As he raised his head to observe the circumstances above, he suddenly realized the Dark Devil God Tiger's long tail swung down, and the Devil God hook had turned to transparent grey, a grey light barrier completely sheltering it inside. Only this light barrier was already showing numerous cracks after the strike from the Sea God Trident. It was just turning into specks of grey light that disappeared into the void with cracking sounds. The Dark Devil God Tiger also reacted extremely quickly. As it saw the red halo of the Blue Silver Orca Devil's absorption appear, it immediately became aware of the danger. Its sharp senses made it immediately release its defensive ability, and the Devil God hook that was originally attacking instantly produced a powerful grey surge to protect it. This was the Dark Devil God Tiger's strongest defensive ability, called Devil God Protection, instantly relying on the Devil God's aura to protect itself. Its defensive effect could even match Xiao Wu's absolute defense. Only its limit was a bit lower than the absolute defense, but it could protect it for longer, and also didn't influence its movements. Unfortunately, what its Devil God Protection met was the Sea God Trident infused with Sea God's light, 108,000 Jin weight plus the Sea God Trident's characteristics of devil destruction and defense breaking. Even though the Devil God Protection blocked this strike, it also shattered. Discovering that the opponent used a peculiar ability to block its Sea God Trident, and not the strength of its body, Tang San immediately relaxed. Right now the Blue Silver Orca Devil's absorption's 3-second limit was up, and the Dark Devil God Tiger had clearly felt intense danger from Tang San's previous attack. Roaring, it finally gave up on probing. Intense grey radiance condensed into countless arrows that shot from the sky, straight towards Tang San. Even if that seemed like a wind attribute attack, it in fact contained surging evil energy. Even the Sea God's light wasn't able to remove this evil influence. That showed how powerful it was. With the previous exchange in mind, Tang San of course wouldn't give the Dark Devil God Tiger any chance. The Sea God Trident returned to his right hand, rings of golden light unfolding in the air. No longer holding back, Tang San finally used the golden 13 halberds. The grey energy arrows came pouring into the golden rings and immediately disappeared without a trace. The Dark Devil God Tiger after all wasn't the true Devil God. In front of the full use of the golden 13 halberds, its attacks were perfectly blocked by the unfixed storm. Each ring of light brought away large numbers of energy arrows, and the golden rings themselves drifted towards the Dark Devil God Tiger. They didn't fly straight towards it to catch it, but rather flew out to densely surround it in the air. It seemed like Tang San's attacks left and right were completely ineffective, but those golden rings crowded tightly around the Dark Devil God Tiger. Roar! The Dark Devil God Tiger was finally in an enormous crisis. It finally discovered that the strength of this human seemed to be far beyond what it could handle. The feeling those golden rings gave made it tremble. Clearly, being enveloped by these golden rings absolutely wasn't a good thing. At this moment, the Dark Devil God Tiger erupted with formidable strength. The Devil God hook on its back abruptly slashed, and rings of distortion rippled around it, forcefully breaking Tang San's mental strength targeting. At the same time, the grey energy it radiated turned into grey light, instantly flourishing. It covered everything within several hundred meters, enveloping it and Tang San. What was this? The corners of Tang San's mouth stretched. After sensing the threat from the unfixed storm, the Dark Devil God Tiger finally brought out its domain. The golden rings of unfixed storm vanished. It didn't have a 100% success rate, and the Dark Devil God Tiger's disturbance made it disappear. Only, even so, it still delayed the Dark Devil God Tiger. Tang San flashed forward, right hand rising. The Dark Devil God Tiger's enormous body suddenly sank, careening straight towards the ground. Doing its utmost to flap its wings made it stabilize in midair, but the tremendous gravity still slowed it even more. The Sea God Trident sparkled with golden light in Tang San's right hand, and as he spun, the golden 13 Trident's second skill, Millennial Space, was used. A wide expanse of golden clouds gathered in the sky, completely blocking the Dark Devil God Tiger's grey domain outside, basically not giving it the chance to encroach. And at the same time, Tang San once again released a white ring of light. The white light changed in the wind, instantly turning red, joining in the Millennial Space. The Death God domain. Roar! The Dark Devil God Tiger's roars suddenly grew even more intense, sheets of grey light condensing into a sphere around it, facing Tang San's attack. This was also one of the Dark Devil God Tiger's 100% formidable abilities, called Dark Devil God Thunder, fusing its devil power and evil power into one, and then instantly exploding in terrifying might. It was in wind, thunder and evil attributed area attack. Boom 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 boom. Like rolling thunder, explosions reverberated in the depths of the Stardew Great Forest. Terrifying explosions ruined large amounts of plants around. Fortunately, any nearby spirit beasts were already scared off by the Dark Devil God Tiger's presence, and there were no suffering bystanders. Tang San floated motionless in the air. On the other side, the Dark Devil God Tiger was already blasted away, knocking down countless large trees. A layer of faint golden lightning constantly echoed with smattering cracks beneath it. Clearly, it had suffered a considerable loss in the confrontation. In the end, it was still a chip below Tang San in terms of cultivation. Even with exceptional talent, it still couldn't block Tang San's divine abilities. Under the bombardment of millennial space, not only was the Dark Devil God lightning completely blocked, not even a trace of evil energy could strike Tang San. At the same time, its body suffered intense shocks, its body invaded by the divine aura of the millennial space. That golden lightning was the peculiar energy of divine aura mixed with its own thunder attribute, still constantly assailing it. Large mouthfuls of grey liquid was spit from the Dark Devil God Tiger's mouth. Its blood red eyes seemed a bit dull. Crawling away, it constantly panted, and with each breath it would bleed from all apertures of its face. Tang San changed the Sea God Trident to his left hand, slowly raising his right hand, straight towards the Dark Devil God Tiger. Intense pressure suddenly soared from his arm, and fine dragon scales appeared from below his skin. Muscles collided at high rates, his fingertips turning into sharp talons. talons, the signs of dragon transformation. Surging cyan light quickly condensed into blue light on his claw-formed right hand. At the same time, Tang San's mental strength also fully targeted the Dark Devil God Tiger. Even a lion must use its full strength to catch a rabbit. Even though it seemed like the Dark Devil God Tiger was already seriously injured, Tang San still had no intention of relaxing. He used his powerful restraint ability, Sky Blue Slowing God Claw, to completely settle the situation. Even though 4 seconds of charging up was enough to give the enemy an opportunity in combat, the Dark Devil God Tiger was already injured, and more than 100 meters away. It would be difficult beyond difficult for it to interrupt him. Besides, that he was condensing the Sky Blue Slowing God Claw didn't mean he couldn't do anything else. Sure enough, the Dark Devil God Tiger sensed the Sky Blue Slowing God Claw's aura, and its dull eyes grew bright again. With a snarl, it resisted the pain to dash towards Tang San. Its dash ability took effect once again, and just like a mirage, it instantly appeared in front of Tang San. Good. Tang San shouted, his left arm expanding at the same time. The sea god trident in his hand pointed forward, and a furious howl erupted from the weapon. A golden spear of light instantly shot from the tip, turning into a terrifying light beam that struck the Dark Devil God Tiger's enormous body. Boom! The Dark Devil God Tiger roared in pain. Its body was thrown back once again. This time it was blocked by its old enemy, the Titan Giant Ape Earnings Titan Firmament Breaker. Only, this Dark Devil God Tiger was indeed powerful, and its body was also hair-raisingly tough. It took the Titan Firmament Breaker head-on while seriously injured, but it still only made its injuries a bit more severe. But, at this moment, Tang San's Sky Blue Slowing God Claw was also fully charged. The blue giant claw appeared from Tang San's right palm, growing as it went, instantly catching the Dark Devil God Tiger that was flung to the ground. As long as this claw hit, the 10 seconds of slowing was enough for Tang San to completely annihilate this spirit beast. Just at this moment, Tang San suddenly discovered that his right arm twitched for no apparent reason. His just relaxed body instantly tensed. That slight twitch came from the spirit bone. It was the Ming warning him of something. Could it be that such a heavily injured Dark Devil God Tiger still had some way to retaliate? Just as the Sky Blue Slowing God Claw was about to reach the Dark Devil God Tiger, suddenly, the previously still Devil God hook noiselessly swung up from behind the Dark Devil God Tiger. The Devil God hook had turned black again, that hook shape already changing. The curved hook instantly straightened, turning into a long thorn shape, light as a feather stabbing the center of the Sky Blue Slowing God Claw. The instant they met, Tang San felt himself lose control of the Sky Blue Slowing God Claw. The next moment, the claw had completely shattered, turning into motes of blue light that vanished in the air. Even though Tang San was powerful, after successively releasing major abilities, he also needed time to catch his breath. And at this time, the Dark Devil God Tiger's eyes suddenly turned from blood red to dark blue. It suddenly seemed like an enlarged version of Yu King's spirit Hellsivet. The previous weary form was swept away completely, the grey energy turning completely black as it lunged towards Tang San like a dark cloud. It didn't seem fast, but the instant it moved, that tail with the Devil God hook turned Devil God thorn slashed. A speck of black light immediately appeared in between it and Tang San. Intense black light instantly erupted, turning into a 3-meter wide enormous black hole. When the Dark Devil God Tiger used that Devil God thorn to break his Sky Blue Slowing God Claw, Tang San understood he had been duped. This special spirit beast was actually always plotting against him. After discovering its strength wasn't equal to his, it was always waiting for a chance. His millennial space had certainly injured it, but the later Titan Firmament Breaker might not have. The Sky Blue Slowing God Claw even more directly turned to scrap, and after using 3 major abilities in succession, even his spirit power had a brief empty space. The Dark Devil God Tiger caught this timing to launch its full counterattack. Tang San understood that he had made 2 mistakes. 1. He shouldn't have attacked it with the Titan Giant Ape and Sky Blue Bull Python abilities it might be familiar with. Next, he shouldn't have underestimated that Devil God hook on its back. Very clearly, this tail was its most powerful offensive weapon. Only, even if Tang San was taken in by the Dark Devil God Tiger, with his caution, would he not leave himself a way out? As the Dark Devil God Tiger's Devil God thorn released the speck of black light, the instant it expanded between it and Tang San also launched an attack. The counterattack didn't target that speck of black light, but rather the Dark Devil God Tiger itself. Crystalline blue light flashed in the air, and the just exuberant Dark Devil God Tiger suddenly screamed miserably, the black light around it immediately shattering. Tang San attacked to save himself, releasing his powerful mental attack, Purple God Light. He always held back the Purple God Light, just in case. Now it certainly came in use. His spirit power wasn't sufficient, but his mental strength was. He also struck the Dark Devil God Tiger when least expected. Only, what Tang San hadn't thought was that his Purple God Light would actually only shatter the black light surrounding the Dark Devil God Tiger, without harming it further. A kind of extremely uneasy feeling instantly spread through his whole body as that 3-meter wide black hole suddenly emitted an incomparably enormous attractive force. Having just used several spirit abilities and mental strength attacks, Tang San couldn't block the powerful attraction, and was directly sucked towards it, and the Dark Devil God Tiger equally uncontrollably disappeared into that black hole. Tang San and the Dark Devil God Tiger were both opponents extremely good at scheming. Tang San lost in being unfamiliar with the Dark Devil God Tiger's abilities. Actually, if he had used the Purple God Light before the black hole expanded, then this black hole basically couldn't be produced, and after the Dark Devil God Tiger launched the attack, it was basically a spent arrow and could only let him slaughter it. But Tang San really was too overconfident. That's why he still wanted to attack the enemy to save himself, first destroying the Dark Devil God Tiger itself. He hadn't expected that when the Dark Devil God Tiger launched this absolute ability, it received the ability's protection. Tang San's Purple God Light attack might be powerful. It still only broke the ability's protection without harming the Dark Devil God Tiger itself. But the Dark Devil God Tiger was equally unlucky. After its external defense was broken by the Purple God Light, it could no longer rely on the protection to exempt it from the ability, but rather equally had to endure the power of the ability after being sucked in. The Dark Devil God Tiger had become the most difficult to deal with spirit beast Tang San had ever faced, and wasn't Tang San also the most difficult to deal with spirit master it had met? Everything around turned black. Tang San only felt his body softly floating powerlessly. What made him even more astonished was that his spirit power fluctuations were growing weaker and weaker. Some bizarre change apparently going on. In this dark world, he wanted to use the Sea God's light with all his strength, but the Sea God trident brand on his forehead suddenly no longer reacted. His mental strength was also completely suppressed. How was it possible? What kind of ability was this? How could it have an effect like this? Tang San first panicked a bit. Suddenly the surroundings brightened, and he felt his feet firmly planted on the ground. Tang San was shocked to discover that he had arrived in a strange space. It was like an enormous arena. It seemed round, but as far as the eye could see, there were no clouds, sun or stars, only infinite darkness, and that light was released by the arena itself. An oppressive feeling gradually made Tang San unable to stay calm, and at this moment he also saw his opponent. But what shocked him was that his opponent seemed to have changed. The Dark Devil God Tiger was 30 meters away from Tang San, just looking at him. Only now its tiger eyes were filled with fury. It was constantly roaring, not a bit of the calm from before. The Dark Devil God Tiger's body was more than 8 meters long, and extremely majestic. With the wings on its back were unfolded, it gave a feeling as if hiding the sky and blotting out the sun. But right now, not only were its wings gone, even its tail was an ordinary tiger tail. The Devil God hook was even more pitifully small, not giving off a speck of energy waves, and its body had already turned 1.5 meters long, way too much smaller than before. If before it looked incomparably vicious, then now this Dark Devil God Tiger rather seemed cute, more like a giant black cat. And when Tang San accidentally saw his own body, he was even more shocked.